Nackie.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Snackie with Nackie.
I know. We're back. Thank you for tuning in. Mataele Final. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Snackie with Nackie was yesterday. Round 9.
We started on the other side of the bridge. We started the second we left Montefiore in Daly City.
We collect first round 9. We got $760. Everybody donated 50 cents. Thank you very much. Mel, good morning. We're back. We left Montefiore and ate hummus fries and drank crack otai.
We drank the otai crack driving away from the house. Let's not kid ourselves. That was immediate. We kind of thought about stopping in San Francisco, and then the traffic was bad on the 101. So we said, let's just get to the other side of the bridge. At that point, we pulled over in Oakland, kind of down by the water, and just looking for a place to eat. We ate, and then we went by a bank and grabbed $60 to finish off, so make sure we had $760. And then we started looking in downtown Oakland, and we drove around.
Right. Mel said, why Facebook don't want y'all to be great? Thank you, Mel. I was thinking the same dang thing. Lauhoa Suliasi. There you go. Herm was on me about my Samoan, and I needed to stretch my words. Herm, I got words for you later. So we left Montefiore drinking our mango otai, which on our way out, we ran into San Francisco Tongans Rise Up. Anna Mahina, who was going to do her congratulations also. So David.
Good to see her in person. Like we stopped right in the intersection.
We Zoom with everybody.
And we were like, and she said, it's good to actually see you. And we were just a couple of seconds of just like, let's actually have a second where we're actually talking face to face.
Checking in with Anna Mahina. And so it was good. Go follow San Francisco Tongans Rise Up. They have their page that she's a community activist, our Anna. So it was good to see her face.
Member of Pacifica United.
That's right. Malo is still on hummus fries and mango otai. Malo, me too. So it's just real quick. Toke Moana has hummus fries, which is fries, and they have shrimp on them, some beef. There's special sauce, which is an orange special sauce. It's a little spicy,
not too spicy, but just enough.
And sour cream is so freaking good. But the mango otai, they lace the mango otai with crack. So there you go. It gets
crack,
you addicted
heroin,
each time.
Something, but you gotta have. Once you have one, if you don't want to be addicted to it, don't have it ever.
Right.
But once you have it, you gotta have more of it.
You gotta have it wherever they are. Hit them up. Follow their page. PJ, thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
we go to do Snackie with Nackie because we have $760.
Burning a hole in our pocket.
We just want to get across the bay because heck of traffic, and everybody was honking and blowing their horn. They were so excited and happy for the president-elect
everywhere we went. If people honked, if people just assumed it was Biden-Harris. Like somebody in a Trump supporter could have honked a horn, and people would have been cheering that car going by.
Anastasia Liku, thank you for tuning in. So we get across the bay, we get off of Oakland, and I have to stop at the bank to get $60 because it was actually, Friday when I went live, it was $662, $662.50 because Mena doesn't like the change, so she always evens us out with the money. Melissa Ray Netane Jones, good morning, sister. So we get across the bay, we get to Jack London Square, and I go to pull out money because the pot has risen to $760. So we get off of Jack London Square, and it's actually busy out on the streets. It's a fairly nice day. It's not that warm and it's not that cold. So people are out and about, which is a beautiful thing to see. People just want to get out, So we head into Oakland. And we're at Jack London Square, and it's kind of busy down there. But the sad thing that I was watching, we were riding down Broadway, is there were a lot of buildings were boarded up. And I think it's from just a lot of the
protests
that were going on a while ago. Yeah. And so a lot of the buildings are boarded up, but people have nicely decorated the boards. There was a lot of art. So it made it beautiful, and still it was just sad for me to see all the buildings boarded up. But again, the graffiti that was beautifully done on the buildings is a sight to see. So if you're in Oakland, riding down Broadway, go check out the artwork. It's really beautiful. So we're headed down Broadway. We actually drove by, is it Brown Sugar
Kitchen?
Brown Sugar Kitchen, where we did one of the Snackie with Nackies. And a lot of little cafes were open. And so we pulled over, found a parking, and decided to walk. But they were all crowded. It's awesome.
They were crowded, and they weren't, like, we were looking for dessert. At that point, we were just looking for dessert.
We just ate,
because we had the hummus fries, and we were looking for specifically a place that had dessert. Right. At that point, and we looked for so long, we ended up getting a meal later.
Right.
But we looked for that long. We parked in Oakland, we parked in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And walked around Berkeley. We actually went into a restaurant in Berkeley.
Yeah.
And we didn't get a good vibe.
Right. Yeah. He didn't want to help us. So
he wanted us to leave.
We out of here.
This guy was like anything but, like, he wouldn't give us a menu at first. We're like, give a menu. He goes, no. And then somebody said something, and he goes, oh, okay. Then he gives us a menu, and Nackie and I are both looking at the menu like, I don't care if this says it has crack otai, and we're leaving.
Yeah, hit me in the DM. I'll tell you what restaurant that is. But we walked in, and they did not.
So that guy missed out.
Want to help us.
He missed out on $760.
Right.
And we found the right person. At the end of all this, we found the right person. So we walk out of there. We walk across the street into the shopping center. Right. Walk around the shopping center. Can't find the right place.
Right. I just wanted dessert.
And we head back to the car, get in the car, and drive out of Oakland through on Highway 24. We end up going through the tunnel, and then we were talking about maybe stopping in Lafayette, maybe Orinda, and then it just didn't feel right. Like we just kept going, and finally I was like, hey, does that the Bear restaurant, whatever, and I couldn't remember the name of it. And you go, the diner. Yeah, well, and then we
were hungry.
We were wondering, because I go, do they have seating outside? And you're like, I don't know. So we weren't even sure that we were going to be able to eat there.
I was like, are we going to do this or what? Our Leah Puasa is on.
Afakasi, good morning
is on
to that cold place up in Oregon.
In PDX. She's in Oregon this weekend with her fiance.
She helped run the Stop Smoking class, and it was so cold on the porch that you could see her breath.
I know.
It was like, are you smoking during a non-smoking class?
During our class, our poor Leah was outside running class.
So, thank you for that, Leah.
David Utuone, the server was so touched, hit me right in the feels. I know. I came home and immediately showed Mo the videotape that we had, and Mo was crying watching the video. And I didn't even post it yet. Right. And I was like, should we post it? So usually Mena, we give the video to Mena and she edits. We have our intro and our outro, but it was so we were like, it's so good, we're just gonna throw it. I wanted people to see it because it was so good, and I have no patience, so there you go.
So we go to the Black Bear Diner.
And
we weren't sure because there's no seating outside. We couldn't see anybody,
right?
And so we actually were driving by, and then good thing we see people inside the restaurant, which isn't that common nowadays.
Right.
But I guess if you're socially distanced, it's okay because there was like us and 3 booths between us and anybody else.
Right. It was kind of cute because they had little stuffed bears in the booths where you couldn't sit. So I was like, oh.
It was cute. Nice. And the one that sat us, we were like, oh, it was funny. After she
walked away, and we were like,
okay. She's put us in the booth, and Nackie and I both look at each other and went, oh yeah,
we're supposed to be here.
This is the one we were supposed to see.
All she did was seat us, and we were like,
she was so friendly.
This is the one. So it was really good. Anastasia is checking in from Arizona. Go Blue, Arizona. So yeah, it was. We sat down, and by then we were hungry. First, when we started driving around, we just wanted desserts because we had hummus fries and mango otai. And then by the time we
drove for hours, literally for hours, looking for the right person.
By the time we got to the restaurant, we were hungry. So I had a BLT and sweet potato fries, which was really good. Actually, was really good.
And I'm a breakfast whore. I had breakfast. I always have breakfast. Yes. I had a waffle.
Yeah, Carl, his favorite meal is breakfast. And so wherever we go, we have breakfast. Sister Melissa Ray said, "You found the right person, place, because you are the right ones." Oh, he's so sweet.
Thank you, Melissa.
Quinny, hi Quinny, good morning. So, and Anastasia Reed Molina. So we sit down, we have our meal, and I was just like, we were hungry. We have our meal, and she checks on us. She was just a good waitress.
At one point, a different waitress came over and said, like, "Do you have enough water or something?" We're like, "No, we're good." And we both look at each other like, we're not giving her.
Yeah, I was like,
the other
is
one.
she our waitress? And no. So Vanessa was our waitress, and so she comes over, and we talked to her. She had been laid off because of the pandemic.
She worked at the restaurant before,
right?
And then was laid off in March.
Laid off in March. So they just came back probably 4 weeks in, and they're trying to catch up. And they were literally closed, just taking order in. You can order food and pick it up. So
yeah, we told her, you had told her about the Black Bear Diner in Vallejo, that they had made a cover spot in the parking lot.
Right.
And she was like, "I don't know why we didn't do that. We should have done it." So you could tell that there was like this thought of, I wouldn't have had to been laid off as long if they would have done the same thing that the restaurant did in Vallejo.
Right. And so we go to tip her. So I said, "I'm going to tip you cash." And she's like, "Thank you so much." Because when you tip your server on a credit card, a certain percent of your tip goes to, I don't know, the credit card company, or just there's a fee involved when you use a credit card. So I highly recommend that when you tip your server, that if it's possible, to use cash.
Right.
To use cash. We were talking to her about that, and then they got to she gets to keep the cash herself.
She doesn't split it with.
She doesn't split it with
said
anyone.
that because there's no hostess. She's actually the one that sent us.
Yeah.
And she said, we'll give, like, it's up to us, but I'll usually give the busboy or dishwasher or the cook somebody. She said she gives somebody like $5.
Yeah.
At that point, Nackie and I are like, yeah, everything's working out perfect.
We gonna tip her. So yeah, it's just, she totally, like, she came and gave us a check, and then we had a discussion with her, and we were telling her, we're going to tip you cash. And as soon as I said the amount, she fell out. And then I fell out, and then Carl fell out.
She was like, she immediately got tearful.
Yeah.
And we've had this happen before, where other waitresses will say, "Can I sit down?" She didn't ask. She just had to get off of her feet.
Yeah.
She was that overwhelmed
it took her out
by the moment that she had to sit down.
She sat down.
And just she had taken her mask down, and she put her face in her hands and just sobbed.
Yeah,
I was blown away. Like, normally I'm like, "Oh, this is positive, it's emotional."
Right.
I was blown away. Like, the emotion was just like a wave.
Right.
It hit you, it hit me, it hit the table next to us, who I couldn't even tell if they were looking.
And the family behind us.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell if people were looking. But then when we got up to leave later,
the whole restaurant
was like,
tears.
"Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, that's amazing." But at the moment, I couldn't even get I didn't even see a reaction out of the table next to us.
I didn't see. Yeah.
It was just you, me, and Vanessa.
Right.
And it was tears, like, immediately.
So everybody was, as soon as she started crying, she was emotionally taken away. She sat down, and then we were like, "Oh my God," and I didn't want to, because of the pandemic. Normally I would just go over and start hugging her, but I didn't know her,
Right.
I didn't know how she felt about what.
Because we've had people overwhelmed, but they still didn't want to hug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And because they were being respectful of the pandemic, they didn't want to take over our space. They didn't. And a lot of people usually just reach over and hug the shit out of me. But with her, she was. I
could tell it was a young lady in tears, and I could tell Nackie was fighting herself to not get up and go over and hug the girl.
I know. I'm a hugger. So I didn't want to. I don't know. I just didn't want to get in her space if she didn't want to, and I didn't want to disrespect her. And the pandemic is going on. Hello.
Right.
And so when she started crying and we gave her the money, she was overwhelmed with emotion, which I was overwhelmed. I did my ugly cry, which I usually do. I do my ugly cry each time. But when she started crying, and then she asked if she can hug me, and I was like, of course. her hug was so you can
see it in the video.
Yeah,
she's gripping you like she's holding on to you.
She was holding on so tight, and you could just feel like everything she was letting go in the hug. And so I got emotional when we left. I was like crying to the car because it took that much out of us.
I was a foot off the ground. It felt so good.
Whew.
And it felt good that God put us there. Like we drove for hours. Literally, we searched over and we walked in front of people with $760 ready to hand them.
Yeah.
And they were telling us not here. Like literally the guy in that one restaurant was
that one restaurant that we went to, he literally didn't want to help us. And we felt it. And I was like, I don't want to help. I don't want to give you my money anyway. But with Vanessa, it was totally, this is where we were supposed to be. This is where God led us. So
she'd been kicked out.
She had been kicked out of her house. I don't know.
She was like couch
what
surfing.
Happened. Yeah. So she was literally going from house to house. And she said God has had her back these last couple of days. So we were where we were supposed to be. And I was like, okay, I feel like sometimes we're going to take a break. And that doesn't happen. Round 10 is on its way. Like I've already
rejuvenated,
it rejuvenated our, I don't know. It's just, it's what makes it feel really good. It's a collective effort by everyone. Everyone does this. Everyone participates. 100% of the money that we collect, the fees that Venmo, charges us is picked up by PBD. So 100% of what is given goes to the server.
And we walked out. We said, I remember saying this. We literally walked out the door. We both said, this is why we do it.
Right.
And when we say we're talking about everybody who gave 50 cents.
Yes.
Because there's been weeks we've got $2,000.
Yes.
And there's weeks that we get $600.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter the amount.
We were talking about like if we gave her $1,000, the effect. The thankfulness wouldn't have been any greater.
If we gave her $300, $200, we would have gotten the same reaction.
Right.
We would have gotten the same reaction. So really to us, it's not the amount, it's the collective effort, but people are so grateful. So thank you for everyone that donated. Catherine Yee Walls. So we've already started round 10. Round 10 has started. We've given away over $10,000 in tips, and that's because of all of us. So thank you everyone who's done that. We appreciate it. That was round 9. Thank you so much. We're grateful for it. Koviki Talk. We have Koviki Talk tomorrow at 5 p.m. So tune in every Monday at 5 p.m. Koviki Talk we talk about the pandemic and how it affects our Pacific Islanders. I wish the other server was watching so he can know to always be kind to people. Thank you, PJ. So always be kind to people that you don't, because you never know what's going to happen. I'd have to say that was the second time that with Nackie that has happened to me. We went into a restaurant to tip a server, and it was us and another family or a couple that I don't know. We are obviously people of color, and the other people that were getting seated were not people of color. I'd have to say that. And the server that served us was a person of color, and she automatically took the people that were not of color and sat them down and gave them her whole spiel. And then a young girl who we ended up tipping sat us and gave us our menu. And I can hear the person of color who didn't seat us sat the other couple, and the other couple was like, the couple that they sat said, "Do you take coupons?" And I was like, okay, there you go, bitch. That's what you get. That's what you get. You should have sat us. And so I just careful of how you treat people.
Treat everybody the same.
Treat everybody the same. There you go.
Treat them the same.
Because you never know what's going on. You missed, I think we tipped her $1,000 or $800. I'm not sure what the amount was, but it was a big tip again. So please be careful. And everyone, I like to think that we treat everybody the same. So just be careful of who you treat, because you never know. And if you're a server, there you go. you missed it.
Somebody missed
Out
$760
on $760.
because if we would have been able to get in there and sit down, we would have ate there.
We would have ate there.
Whatever the dessert was.
Yeah.
Because we weren't even looking for a specific dessert.
No,
we were just looking for dessert.
We just wanted dessert, and we were trying to give away the money.
Right.
We were trying to give away the money.
We had already ate. We already had our meal. We were looking for an excuse to sit down, get service, so we could give somebody some money.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what we were looking for. But hey, God's got a plan. It was in
plan.
Sassoon. We wasted all of our time in Oakland and Alameda and Berkeley and all those other places, and we found the right person.
Yeah, I get torn when people mistreat us. If that's the word, if that's what happened yesterday, which I believe does, I get upset when people mistreat us because you don't know where the fuck we come from. You don't know what we're doing. So I don't know. I just makes me sad that we're still living in times where you judge me right away by the way that I look. So anyway.
We had the same thing with Ty just bought a new car.
Right.
And he went in. He's 21. He's saved up a ton of money. He's got a good job.
Yeah.
He can save more money than most because he lives at home.
He's a good kid. Yeah.
He's a good kid. And he went in to buy a car. And the first place they went, they didn't want to sell him the car. They didn't want to deal with him. And he ended up at a different dealership, bought the same car for a better price with a better salesperson that treated him like he was a customer.
Right.
But the first place that he went, it was like they didn't want to sell him the car. They just like, you're 21. We're going to show you. Do we have these older cars over here? And he ended up, well, actually, my wife, who doesn't put up with any of that, said like, well, we're not doing anything here.
We're not doing business here, right?
And they left. But yeah, there is, unfortunately, there is still those things out there. And there always will be. There's always going to be people that don't treat people right. I think all we can do is start with ourselves.
Right. It literally pisses me off when people do that too. When we walk in somewhere.
You can see it too. You can see and it's not always, unfortunately, you'll see this actually from people of color. You'll see people, waiters and waitresses will, I've seen that on message, where they're like, I don't want, a black waitress is saying, I'd rather get, because black people
I'd rather help the white couple because they're going to tip me better.
Right. And, so it's not just a color thing towards color. You know what I mean? That's a money thing. Yeah. And don't let money, erode your values.
I get it.
Like if you're going to treat everybody the same, if it doesn't, don't say, I'm going to treat everybody the same unless there's $1 attached to it.
Yeah.
Just do the right thing.
Anyway. Shit. I hate that I do this. Anyway, I hate that we still do that we judge people by the way that they look. And so you fucking lost out on $760, you motherfucker. I just had to say that.
And Nackie's all better now.
I'm better now.
When an MFer comes out, that's therapy.
I don't know. I try to teach my kids, like, treat everybody the same. Don't worry about the way that I look, but it's still happening. So anyway, Snackie with Nackie Round 10 is going on. If you see me somewhere, just go about your business.
Round 10 and we're already at $10,000.
We have given away over $10,000 in tips. Blessings. And it's a collective effort. It's not we are giving. Everyone who has donated.
That's what we meant yesterday when we walked out of Black Bear Diner. That's why we do it.
I was like,
and as in we, the 50-cent donations.
Everybody.
That's why we all do it.
This is why we do it, just to bless someone. So please do not judge me by the way that I'm dressed or by the color of my skin. I'm just saying. So anyway, that is going on. We had round 10 is going on. People have watched the video. We've already collected over $200, and I was like, okay, well, round 10 is off with a bang. So thank you for those who have already given for round 10. And I
look for Look for the video
Look
of
for the
when we
video.
give the blessing away. Look for that Saturday afternoon.
Yes. If you didn't know, Samoan Solutions 5K Turkey Trot is going on virtually. So if you would like to participate, head on over to Samoan Solutions page and check out their 5K Turkey Trot video. You can donate and still participate. They're freaking badass.
Unstoppable.
Unstoppable, those two girls.
They have
FBFO.
Samoa. We got a pandemic going on. We better
Right.
stop that. How about a drive-through, a drive-in?
Yes.
How about a drive-in
They
showing
had
of
a
it?
drive-in. Oh my God. They
Turkey
are those
Trot,
girls.
10th year, right? Is it 10th year? 10th, I think it is.
It's their 10th year
10th year.
celebration.
COVID, pandemic.
Ain't gonna stop them. Ain't gonna
Unstoppable.
stop them.
They're
So-
just, Epi and Fanga are unbelievable.
Unbelievable. So go check them out. Check out Samoan Solutions page. We always encourage you to shop Pacifica. There's so many Pacific Islander entrepreneurs. They're selling stuff. They want to feed you. It's either a restaurant or an artist. We love Tosh Love, who has a calendar, 2021 calendar, her Samoan calendar, which is out. She has a Samoan word every week. I have the calendar. I support her. I'll go. PJ, yes, I will give you. Hit me up on the down low. I will tell you. But yeah, shop Pacifica.
He wants to know the name of the place.
Yes,
I just saw that.
I will tell you. I'll tell you. Ask me. I will tell you. But shop Pacifica. Please support your Pacifica entrepreneurs. We are all just trying to make it, and we can support one another.
And it's good stuff. If you're going to
good
buy
stuff.
a sweatshirt, check Pacifica first.
Right.
Shop Pacifica first.
Right.
If you can't find what you want,
Yes.
definitely
Then
go to Nike or
definitely
go to
go where you
wherever you're
need
going
to go.
But just check first.
But check first. Let's
And
support one another.
It's a lot of it is not a lot. All of it is quality. It's not like just
Right.
buy this junky, pair of earrings for me because
Yes.
I'm on Pacifica. That's
Totally.
not it.
No,
There's
it's
amazing products out there
amazing
that
products.
our entrepreneurs are putting out there. So
Yeah.
just shop it first, and if you can't find it, then by all means go
Yes.
to the
We're
big places.
so grateful for our Pacifica entrepreneurs, our artists that are selling items that are good quality. So please go to Samoan Solutions. They have a Shop Pacifica highlight. They have a Listen Pacifica highlight. So if we are not for you, oh my gosh, you will find what you need on Samoan
Mm-hmm.
Solutions page. So, and we are also teaming up with Island City Media.
Ooh,
yes.
we got our spot.
We got our spot.
got our
We'll be
spot.
on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. So you have to download the Dash app, search Island City Media, and you will find us. They're starting to. Well, they started. Rebranding their
The Island
their
Block
shit.
radio
So there you
name.
go.
They're rebranding it with Island City.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing more. There's more into culture. I mean, obviously we're on there, so there's more variety to the island flavor that they're bringing.
Right.
Still all the great island music, island reggae music,
Yes.
and we are literally on the Dash app with other people
Right,
like
Big Goose,
Cube,
Biggest Radio.
big like Ice Cube and Snoop.
Oh yes,
Like they're on the
Ice
Dash.
Cube,
They're on
yes,
the Dash
they're
platform.
on the yeah.
Big Goose
There you
Radio
go.
on the Dash platform.
Right. You can still
Folly
find
by Design
yes.
on that.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal for the community. Island City is going to do some really amazing things.
Right.
We've been in some of the meetings with DJ Green and Q.
Brother Q. So,
And
yeah.
the marketers and the entrepreneurs that they have on board are next level. I mean, they're
Yeah.
not next level for Pacific Islanders. They're next level in terms of the world.
Right. So
Ever
there
heard
you
of,
go.
George Foreman Grill? Like the guy that marketed
The guy that is doing the marketing for all kinds
George
of
Foreman Grill,
stuff that you've heard
NutriBullet,
of. Yeah. If yes.
Ninja
So,
Mixer.
There you
That's
go.
the level that Island City is moving to.
Yeah.
So it's an honor to be a part of it.
It is an honor to be a
And
part of it.
We're in that mix.
Sister Deja, the real Teltella. She is checking in, so thank you so much. Go follow Deja, the real Teltella.
It's your sister on. It's her birthday.
Kimberly Conley.
Kimberly Conley, happy
Sister
birthday.
Kimmy, happy birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. It's her birthday. Larry Duenas, brother. Good morning.
Chalupa
I'm
Club.
wiped out. I am just wiped out. It's time to go. We got to go, y'all.
That's it. It's a wrap.
No, we have. What did we hit everything?
You say it's time to go. I'm like, then let's go. And then
I
you get
know,
all
like-
responsible. Say we got bills to pay.
We have Koviki Talk, which is tomorrow at Monday. Come back, 5 o'clock. We'll be here. Talanoa with Tongan Women Scholars is happening November 19th. Mena, do you have that flyer? 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. It's join us for an evening of Talanoa with distinguished Tongan women scholars. Dr. Finausina Tovo, Dr. Lee Kava, Esiteli Uhamaka, Vai Moana Niume Tolu, and Dr. Fuifui Lupe Niume Tolu.
Look at you. Stretch them out.
Hit all of ours. That's happening November 19th, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We have the flyer that's up. Check it out. It's going to be an amazing evening of amazing women. And so go. SCDC, they have hecka virtual programs going on. Please go check out SCDC's media page, social media page. They're doing amazing work. Utopia San Francisco, they have their Utopia Fireside Queer Talk. They're also doing virtual Talanoa. Essence of Mana, Talanoa Tuesday is happening on their page, 7 p.m. Please go check out Essence of Mana's page. They have amazing people that they've been highlighting. Happy birthday to my sister Kimmy. Also, our grandbaby's birthday was yesterday. So, I think we hit everything. Right?
Right.
Hello?
Uma.
Mena. Uma. Thank you for tuning in to the FICA podcast. Please follow us on all social media platforms. Follow us on Sunday and Tuesdays. We're on, I'm wiped out. That freaking took a toll. It's our show. We can go if we want to. We got to go. We will be back. You'll see us. Love you. Come back to FICA with us.
It's a